Back to Persona 5, the game that will not, cannot, ever end. It's just, this is our third take where we realize that we just don't have anything to talk about anymore. We've lost it. We are in dire straits. This should come as no surprise for anybody who's been watching all 101 prior episodes. But here we are.
We're just playing for time.
We are literally playing for time. I'm playing this video. Well, I'm pressing A to advance. Actually, I'm not even doing that. You might notice in the last few episodes that I do have the auto dialogue function on for a lot of this. So most of the time I'm like watching streams and then occasionally seeing if I have to make main character say one of the 3 identical lines that he says.
Well, at the same time, like we're running out of content too. We had a point in this before we were recording where we asked, like, okay, well, you're gonna turn the filter off. You're gonna talk about Taco Bell again, and like, no, we can't do that.
That's what happens.
So I'm like, fine, I'll just look around, and you're just looking around for various household objects, and you're like, well, have we done Taco Bell soda? Have we talked about that?
So, okay. The reality is I do not have a Taco Bell cup next to me. I have a Chick-fil-A cup next to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry I lied to you. It's just that I filled up with Baja Blast. Damn it!
But so
look, I had a bottle of soda, and I didn't. And the straw you get for like just a regular cup, it wouldn't be able to go into the bottle, so I had to pour it. So I could drink my Taco Bell specific soda.
Yeah, well, that's why I got stainless steel straws. It doesn't solve that problem, but it's cool. It's like stainless steel.
I gotta get a stainless steel straw at some point in time.
Yeah.
I certainly drink a lot of those. Usually I just kind of like wash off whatever. Wash off whatever straw that I got until, it stops functioning, probably because I accidentally sat on it or something.
Uh-huh. And
how do I sit on a straw? I don't know. Okay, maybe more it falls off a table or something.
Yeah,
and I step on it.
I've not had that happen. It's they're very heavy straws. It's not like a Lego or something.
No, I mean it's not the cheapo plastic straws that I'm using, presumably. And you thought that we weren't going to immediately start talking about Taco Bell.
So I want to point out
you fool.
This is kind of a normal scene. It is very funny that Mishima is just like, golly, I'm such a coward. I'm such a coward. Well, he's like hands in his pocket and stuff. Just such a...
Well, that's what every character looks like all the time, though.
Yeah, Mishima's got a little more swag. Let's give him.
He tries at least.
Yeah,
that's why I like him. But at the same time, his plotline, much like the rest of the game, is kind of already over. That's why we're doing this whole like Akiyama cleanup deal.
Yep. So we've got to do this arbitrary second plotline involving this former bully, but he's going to stand up for him.
That he will bully the bullies, which was literally a Mementos mission that we had like in episode 20 or something.
Well, he will bully the bully's bully,
and he did it. He showed him a phone, and then they ran off and all that. Good question.
Mishima, why'd you help me? Well, I didn't.
It's part of me gaining self-confidence for myself. If I don't help you, then how can I possibly be like my heroes, the Phantom Thieves, who just upended a landslide selection for a prime minister?
Well,
it kind of pales in comparison there, but I mean,
in fairness,
well,
that is such a stupid story. We're waiting around for him to give a speech after he had already his change of heart. I think several days ago. I think that was like 12/1. Look, we're just waiting around for the damn election, and we hope he's going to have a change of heart instead of being kept quiet by his handlers. I mean, it's just kind of
his ultimate power, the time gate. As he died, he cast time gate into the void. Well, as his shadow died. Fake died. You'll remember the plot.
God, Mishima is so freaking...
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
He's a lot of things, which is what makes him an interesting character.
Yeah. Mishima is so sweet. Like, just... You sweet summer child.
He has been putting up with the fucking Phantom Thieves this entire time. From when they executed Ray Kroc live on television, and at that time, main character was just fucking around with him by saying stuff like, I don't know, maybe the Phantom Thieves did do it.
You know what would be really cool is if as we get further in our social link with Mishima, the website looks better every single time. That would be funny.
That would be interesting, but I mean, all we found out was that like Mishima was basically bullying people on the internet more.
Uh-huh.
And then instead of like making him stop that, we just kind of waited for him to come to that conclusion himself.
Well, yeah, and he did the right
We literally
thing
have a way
in
to
person.
make people stop doing that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And we did it
were gonna-
99% of the way and then just stopped.
We were going to do, or well, maybe it's weird. It's not so much bad that they didn't change Mishima's heart. It's bad that they were going to do that to one of their friends, but then they weren't gonna that. They have I don't know. It just well, they had moral qualms about it. Well, then why don't they have moral qualms about doing that for anyone else? And they don't have any morality. There's no.
Yeah, I mean, as I said in the last
sense to it.
episode, it's like they just need to sit down and
Just
hash
talk.
out, is this a wicked thing they're doing that is a necessary evil to fight the injustice of the world?
Uh-huh.
Or is this just, like getting a fucking booster shot against delusions?
Yeah, because if it's fundamentally changing these people, not just the not just the people with palaces, but people with mementos. Like if we're fundamentally changing how they are for our own benefit, we should think about that
always.
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a question though, because it's like it's explicitly preventing people. It's specifically taking away people's delusion. So presumably, it's just revealing what they are at their core or something like that.
and-
Which means that they all have which means that everybody that we've attacked has the capability of feeling guilt over what they've done, which is pretty fucked up. But
And I mean,
pretty fucked up that we just sit on the sidelines and laugh at them then.
yeah.
But I went over that like 60 episodes ago.
Oh yeah. So we got this Chihaya arc, which who cares?
Yeah, who cares at all? I mean, I don't know. It's the same arc as all the other arcs. Yeah.
Same as the other arcs. So are we almost done with?
Except for the fact that we get to see this adult woman hitting on a child going through puberty right now.
Well,
that's Persona 5 for you.
in fairness, we did get to 10 with their social link, so that's the reward.
Actually, I think this is only 8.
Oh, really?
Let me see. Well, it'll show us right now. Yep.
Rank 8. So we have 2 more of these social links then.
Yeah, and again, it's like, where are we even going right now? I don't know.
This is that.
I guess we'll figure it out.
Yeah. The
Either way, I'm not
this
not
game-
really champing at the bit to do it, but well, look, we're still gonna finish up the other social links that are just the ones that are here. That's what I said, and I'll probably do the rest of them off screen, but I'm not even gonna pay attention to whatever's going on with Yusuke or Anne or Haru. But I want Haru's social link to be maxed out because she's actually a pretty good party member, as you saw in the Shido fight.
Yeah.
And if you get to max rank 10, and they'll take a fatal hit for main character.
Well, I mean, I think the thing is
Take
with
a fatal
her
hit in general.
is that she just
Once for battle?
she's such a good character because she's trying to apologize for her, her father Ray Crack dying on live television, and that's just her way of saying.
How many times has Yusuke tried to apologize for Madarame really fucking around with us?
Yeah.
How many times has Makoto tried to apologize for blackmailing us? How many times has Futaba tried to apologize for blackmailing us? How many times has Goro tried to apologize for blackmailing us?
They do.
Yusuke hasn't even apologized for Madarame trying to blackmail us.
I can't wait for Shido's new administration. I'm sure our economy and market will improve.
These just placeholder lines.
Yeah.
They just every single time we see these, it's just
They
okay, we're just gonna put in something generic and we'll replace it with something later. And then they came and they're like, we have a word count greater than the Brothers Karamazov to change right now.
Yeah.
They're like, just leave it.
Well, I think they only hate Shido-san because of how charismatic he is.
Yeah, hate him because I ain't him. This is the phrase, I believe. Sure.
Yeah, whatever, Mishima. Shut up. Yep, that is a door now.
Yeah. That's what you telling me. But I bet. Let me tell you about this time we went after this dude named Kaneshiro. He was one of the least incidental.
Like, I like that. What did we do in that? Like, we saw this 5 minutes ago, right? And
Akiyama was there, and he was being beat up, and Mishima stopped it.
whoa, it's really Mishima. He's the hero who saved this.
No, actually, no.
No, the bullies and then Akiyama. Okay.
I mean, I thought that too when I first.
That was
saw
actually
it,
really funny. That is funny that they just like.
Would be, I mean, it's, you know.
This is actually.
It's Persona 5.
It would be funny if Akiyama was like, "Listen, that was really funny what you just said, but like, let's lay off him for a couple of weeks."
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I don't know. And
Look,
here's Mishima's chance. Just be like, Akiyama, fuck off.
Yeah. I should probably.
You know what? I this is not the time for fucking apologies. Fuck you, dude.
This is such a dumb like. I mean, like I wish.
He's so tsundere.
It would have been funny if they'd all been like, actually, yeah, Mishima, you could fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, it's just like, wouldn't really get the whole like. I don't know if everybody was just still incredibly hostile to each other. Why do I find that funny? Because I am dead inside.
I thought it's funny because it's like it's one of the few like realistic like teenager dialogue in this where people aren't like, well, I think that
I could have handled that myself, something like that.
Yeah, or just like instead of talking about these stupid like, well, it's Shido. He is a politician who is charismatic. I disagree. I am opposed to Shido.
No, nobody ever says that.
Okay.
Come on, be realistic.
Yeah, that's right. They'd have to write
the
it.
idea that anyone would ever be opposed to Shido, the most charismatic. You know, we're just gonna do the same fucking reference again.
Yeah. Also, I really thought that that whole thing with like, yeah, you'd be Japan's ultimate weapon. You're so damn boring. You know, you go into the military.
So damn unnoticeable.
Yeah.
Not the most clever, but whatever.
It was
this
something.
is teenage insults.
It was something.
It was something.
Something rather than nothing, which is what we come to expect. So, I mean,
Persona 5 story.
It is funny that we have just like I think the episode with Shido, of course, was 100, and then the episode with Goro was 99 before that. So we're up to 102, and we're already like so. Like so bored that we could barely do this. Like we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'm just. I mean, like, what the hell were we talking about? Like, I was trying to be like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if they were mean?
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
Uh-huh.
That's nothing.
We're just like.
Anyway, Mishima has realized his true calling, which is creating a documentary of the Phantom Thieves or a book or something like that, which I'm sure is going to go over great when everybody finds out they were just blackmailed into doing everything they did.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know, actually, now that I'm writing this, no offense, it's not going to make you look bad, but just so you know, you guys, you basically just kept getting blackmailed by party members who then forgot that they had been blackmailing and then got blackmailed themselves. Is that right? Did I read that right? Like, and then you...
Yeah, I did. So basically, you just kind of followed the plot laid out for you by Shido for like 6 months. And then at the very last second, you basically just overpowered his secret weapon and then killed him.
You made one good move.
You made one good... I mean, even more specifically than that, it's like Goro could have... If Goro, you know, was better, basically, if he was more powerful than the Phantom Thieves, he could have just overpowered them in the ship there and then ended it.
Yeah.
It's like, ultimately, it's like, well, we were able to beat up the one person who could stop us, because otherwise we're completely unstoppable, invincible super monsters.
Someone's on that comment board being like, TV hacking is terrorism. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Also, it's flu season.
You're breathtaking.
What? How does flu,
also more of this here.
Does flu season matter at all?
God.
Or is that just the season?
Oh God, I think we talked about this in the last episode too.
I don't.
Flu season just means that in mementos, people are like drowsy because they got the flu or they're on flu medicine.
Okay.
So basically, the shadows, you'll just find them asleep sometimes.
That's the stupidest event. That's like that wouldn't even.
Oh, there's like entire skills and everything based around like, oh, when there's wacky weather stuff going on outside, you get extra evasion, and I'm like, throw that in the fucking trash right now.
Oh dang, we missed that stupid text conversation, but I know it was stupid because last time we checked. Yeah, no, that
They're all stupid. Anyway, you know, when you really just like chain these all together, it's so much better, isn't it?
it is. It's like
Deets?
because it's so it's like you're taking flavor text and you're stretching it out to do 100 hours. That's the whole problem. Like,
and the flavor is nothing.
it's
like plain tofu, man.
It's unflavored ramen.
Unflavored. At least that has salt in it.
But I guess, yeah. Does it? Like just the noodles?
I thought that. Don't they?
You could be right. I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure. When we're back to ramen again.
Yeah. Well, I did make that carbonara noodles that you mentioned, either in this series or like I think it was in.
That was in Horizon.
It was
We'll save that one for Horizon.
Okay, so that's something to look forward to.
This is a weird, dire time in the channel history between Persona 5 and Horizon, which is not a bad game, but it is the way I'm playing it.
You're not enthusiastic about it, and I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah, what can I say?
So, yeah.
Yep, it's a lot of fun. I really gotta like put out some content that people actually want to watch. Jesus Christ. before like, you know,
his followers
the
are
channel
essentially
is
part
just
of a
burned down by YouTube because it's so unprofitable.
His followers are essentially part of a cult at this point.
Wow, wacky. I mean, is that true though? Like, is this like a plot point that we're putting out there, or is this just Persona 5?
I mean, you know, the whole thing with it doesn't. I mean, it was the
because as we've seen, like it seems like the general populace is just part of whatever the cult of the moment is.
Yeah,
and not in like
true.
not in like the fad chasing way, but they literally seem to entirely support or hate whatever the thing that you do that with is, like to a degree that I've never seen before, even in like the wildest parts of social media. So is this a real thing? Is this like the police ganging up to get main character, where I thought that was supposed to be, that was intentionally unrealistic?
Well, hold
but in
on.
fact it was.
I'm sorry, you put yourself on the line to set Kamoshida and probably other villains too. That's a great placeholder line because we don't know when the 10th social link for Mishima is going to be.
That's true. It's like, and we couldn't have started this before at least beating Kamoshida.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, it's just like, it was all me. I was the biggest victim of Kamoshida.
Yeah. Also, you were
as always,
and you were the reason Mishima had the courage because he decided to think like, here's what you'd do. Here's what the main character would do. The main character is the real hero.
Yes, he is. I mean, that's why he's committing the rest of his life to writing a book about them or whatever.
Making a documentary about them.
Yep. He committed his entire life, almost cult-like, too. Because this is how people work in Persona 5.
No. No, we actually didn't change your stupid heart. We decided we weren't even worth it.
Yeah, you think we'd even waste our time doing that?
Yeah, and I think he did say it was a waste of time, like when they were in the mementos.
Might have been one of the responses you had. I think I just said something along the lines of, "No, I'm not going. No."
Nah. You really did change your heart.
Nah, I mean, we did come all the way out here, and it's not like there's anything. Once again, it's like it's a booster shot against illusions, but whatever.
Yeah. You're finally able to stop it.
Yeah. My real mission in life is to be a follower of you.
Well, he keeps calling himself
like Morgana or Haru.
He keeps saying Zero. Is that some kind of pun with Mishima's name?
I think like literally in Japanese it's something like vacuum, but you know that doesn't really quite translate to the same thing in English.
Yeah. Like a sucker, like a
nothing.
Yeah.
Something like that. Zero works.
A schlub.
A schlub. I do like the word schlub, but it's like, you know, an accurate translation and all that. So,
I just love.
oh yeah, like
how,
we were for you.
I like how melodramatic this stupid monologue is.
Yeah, like we were rooting for you.
Like he wasn't rooting for us before. Remember, Mishima was not rooting for us before this. Now he is.
Oh yeah, and we were really rooting for him,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
we really took that website that he made real fucking seriously. We didn't just like, you know.
We didn't just treat him as an annoyance until he literally blackmailed us. Which I think
as an annoyance or as just like a use him and lose him sort of source of information. We didn't even invite him to that one fair.
We don't invite him to hang out with us.
Ever.
Uh-huh.
We do that all the time.
Uh-huh. Even though we know...
And he knows about the whole Phantom Thieves thing. You think he might have had maybe some input on like what we should have done for the Mishima saga? Like, hey, how can we possibly get information on who's the person, doing some shit with us?
Yep.
The best thing they came up with is we're gonna go ask Goro in a very public setting.
Yeah, the only person, by the way, who actually helped us find like new villains, and I would say I think that's true. Other than like the villains themselves, like it feels like he's the only one actually like looking for people actively. Maybe that's not 100% true, but it's certainly like he's doing as much at least as any of the other Phantom Thieves.
Or we got to get to like rank 8 in like some social link until we decide maybe this person isn't good.
And also, we did. I can't believe that Mishima just we're done with his social. Like that's it. I don't know why. That's it. We didn't. All we established is that Mishima looks up to us now. That was the end of that.
Yeah,
side.
Mishima's big revelation was that he's going to pledge his life to serving the Phantom Thieves cause. That's who he is.
Deceiving people so well they don't even realize it. Yeah, that's a sin.
I mean, obviously, if they knew that they were being deceived, that's an entirely different story.
It's insane how popular Shido is.
Wow.
They just believe everything Shido spoon feeds them. Why don't they go on TV and tell them that he changed his heart and demand that he come out and say it?
I mean, it's like I guess maybe like he's still got that Yakuza guy on his payroll, or at least whoever is currently heading up his organization. Right,
but they know how to hack the TV system. Why don't they, force this crisis?
I mean, I guess, they could do it largely anonymously. I guess at the same time, main character did reveal his face, and he's just still living in the same fucking place. And they know damn well who everybody is. There's no real like negative thing to putting themselves out there anymore.
It would be kind of neat if they, they subverted this thing where like, oh yeah, it's just a cult. Shido's just a cult leader. And then it's just like, no, we knew how bad he was. We just thought he was better than, this corrupt society.
Yeah, we're gonna go vote for Torinosuke. That guy embezzled money for his Communist Party efforts.
Yeah. He refers to his good friends as comrades.
Look, everybody in politics has something with them. And just because Shido is a mass murderer, it's like he still is also a pretty effective politician.
Yeah.
And frankly, I think his ability to mass murder without anybody finding out about it is pretty neat.
Yeah, and I want to find out what he's going to do.
That's a strength in a leader that I look for.
Yeah, and I want to see him go on TV and apologize in a way that actually helps him politically. That'd be a neat little twist. Like, there's a lot of ways you can go with this, but why are we waiting 18 days for this? Like, who decided that?
Like, what a charismatic leader that even he can admit his own faults and wrongdoings. The other corrupt politicians wouldn't even start to say that sort of thing.
Yeah, and what are the Phantom Thieves doing for us? They're changing a few people's hearts. Like, we didn't ask for this.
We didn't even want this.
Yeah, except for Ray Kroc. He can go to hell. We did ask for that.
Yeah.
Good job, by the way.
Obviously.
It's weird that they turned on them so much, like when he changed Ray Kroc's heart, but they were like, it's a little too far when you killed him. And so much too far that nobody's going to like them after that. Like, you're 3% popularity. Only 3% of people were all right with them.
Well, we bumped it up 6 points when we did that whole TV hacking thing.
Yeah.
So, tomorrow, our job's...
you know.
Well, in fairness, that's because...
And by the way, it's like, oh, this is just like back to back to back.
Yeah.
There's not really too many edits going on in this part right here.
Like, really seems like it'll be a crushing victory for him. Finally time for a new prime minister. History in the making.
Wow. Amazing.
Must be tough for Shido-san. Just, yeah. Is this
Hey,
the
what's
day
going
of the election?
on with you guys?
The election. It's election
Wow.
day. Finally.
Jesus Christ.
It's literally nothing has happened in the last, like, 10 days. Like, they just are...
I did social links.
Actually, it was
Do
more
you really
like...
care about seeing
more like-
Haru's social link rank 4? I don't. They drank cat poop coffee. That was kind of interesting.
Oh, okay.
That's nothing, though. I don't care.
I know.
Actually, no, it was elephant poop coffee, and then they talked about drinking cat poop coffee.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a real thing. I've never had that, but...
We talked about bulletproof coffee in the series before, just kind of going back on that again.
That's with the butter or whatever?
That's the stick of butter one.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Well, I hope you're ready to see the great conclusion to this whole saga.
Yeah.
And the next episode.
This tightly plotted, masterwork
10 seconds left
of the mystery genre.
I told you, just back to back, baby.
Oh, I'm just vamping here. That's all we can do. Like, what?
Oh, you're already gone, aren't you?